There's a place called Anarchist Mountain. Really, there is a place called Anarchist Mountain. And in the summer of 2003, there was a large fire. We'll tell you a little bit about Anarchist Mountain. We're going to go there today. And it was named after an anarchist who settled there. At the time, it was quite a peaceful and quiet place to live. And it was a very free place in this person's mind at the end of the 19th century. And that, of course, was ruined when a road was put through. Joe Johnson was his name. Coincidentally, that's my birth name. He had a ranch there in 1902. And that's where he built the very first school. It was a one-room schoolhouse, of course. Yeah, there's also a spot right near there. I guess at the time they called it One-Eyed Mountain. That's because there was 3 different pioneers who lived on One-Eyed Mountain who, well, they only had one eye, so they called it One-Eyed Mountain. It was in 1904 in Rock Creek when $40,000 was struck in gold. So the following year they built a railroad through here, and it was in 1905 when there was a tragic accident while building the railroad that 7 migrant Italian workers were killed. The Bridesville Hotel was once known as the Bucket of Blood because there was so many fights there every night. It was such a notorious western brawl town. This particular hotel burned to the ground. The fire was so hot, all the silver that was in the safe melted into one $40 wad of silver. Anarchist Mountain, there's a place called Anarchist Mountain. There's a place called Anarchist Mountain. There's a fire on Anarchist Mountain. Another anarchist comes to Anarchist Mountain, looks down upon the Okanagan, sticks out his thumb to go down to the valley, picking cherries in Osoyoos, BC.
There you go, good reward.
Oh yeah.
Fire on Anarchist Mountain.
Fire one up on Anarchist Mountain.
There's a forest fire on.
It was the summer of 2003 when a forest fire came upon Anarchist Mountain, threatened to cross the US border, and the flames were so big and the sky was so black that you could see it for miles and miles and miles away. Now for our historic reenactment of the fire on Anarchist Mountain. Holy sweet, trees were popping. Look at that fucker. Shit was flying. Don't blow yourself the fuck up. Oh!
Fire, dude.
During the fire of Anarchist Mountain, the famous to have one CL-215 water bomber did come fly down to the Okanagan Lake along with helicopters and fire crews from all over, and they were fighting that thing, circling above the desert sea, scooping up the lake loads, dropping them on the fire. At the time this was going on, I was thinking in my head, burn anarchists, burn toward the south. Not that I really want to see the American forest burn, or I wish that kind of ill harm against the American people, but it's just kind of a sign of our Canadian resentment of the states to talk about a forest fire that starts on Anarchist Mountain, burning all the way to Washington. In the Anarchist Mountain song, I say that the forest fire started like a lightning strike dead in the night, and many women then went to the fight. Actually, it didn't start like a lightning strike. Truthfully, the Anarchist Mountain fire was found to have been caused by a cigarette butt that was thrown out the window of a car, and I often point out that during fire season, don't be doing stupid things like lighting off fireworks or throwing cigarette butts out of your car. You could start a fire like Ken succeeded in doing. But I think we just sort of found by our short stop there, like picking sage, smoking joints, playing the guitar, you know, picking tomatoes that we found, planting some beans, and blowing up shit, that coming up here I sort of feel a little bit liberated, and it was kind of a mecca for us in some ways. So I guess in the song where I say that it's a place where liberation might begin, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I feel better for having gone there.